And we are back with another video. In today's video, we are going to be bringing you some Queen Walk Super Witch Up in Legends. So sit tight, buckle up, stay tuned, and enjoy the show. Okay, so before we actually get into the attack, if you want to come by, you want to see these attacks being done live, this account or some of the other Legend attacks using other super troops, come on by over to twitch.tv/Clash Playhouse. Have a great time over there. Meet a bunch of people who all love Clash, hanging out, laughing, listening to great music. But now let's get into the attack. So super witches, what have I learned about these super witches? I like to start off with a Queen Walk. I watch the way other people have used the super witches with the zaps, with the quakes, with the bat spells. And for me, I've been Queen Walking for so long, I feel like if I'm not taking an attack using Queen Walk, then I'm not really playing the game. So I tried to see if I could use Queen Walking with the super witches and make it work. So what was I doing? What was I looking for? What am I looking for? Well, somebody said to me today on stream, Avi, why do you always start away from the town hall? You go start, especially with these type of attacks, always try and get the town hall first. So it happens on this one, I actually went for the town hall first. What was the plan? So let's take his advice. We're going for the town hall first. You want to start off with a Queen Walk to just establish pathing. Just establish, make that initial funnel. Figure if you can have, let's look at this base over here. If I can get my queen to establish a funnel like this and take out this chunk of the base, okay? And then let's say I can take care of this chunk of the base. And I can have a nice small path that my super witches can go through this base. So how can I do that? Well, I start off with going towards the town hall. I'm going to put my queen down over here, and I need an initial funnel for the queen. Right now, I'm using an E-drag. I'm playing around with different things. I like to use the E-drag because the E-drag is getting stuff on the other side of the wall, as opposed to the baby D. The baby D is just going to establish which way the queen's going to walk. I don't just want to establish which way the queen's going to walk. I want to establish which way the witches are not, which way the big boys are not going to go. So that's why I'm using the E-drag. On this base, it really didn't make that much of a difference. I think it just took care of the outside stuff anyway. But I'm using my E-drag up over here. I try to find a structure that the E-drag will be sitting on for a longer period of time. This way I know it's not going to be moving around and, you know, soaking up a seeking air mine or something and lose the E-drag right away. I don't have a lot of troops here to invest, so I'm really taking a gamble not using a Coco Loon. But what I try to do is that either my healers, what I try to do is my healers would act as a Coco Loon. I'll give up a healer and I drop the healer and then I try to drop the E-drag with the healers. I'm not sure if I did it on this attack though. But so my queen is going to go up like this. I'm going to wall break my queen in over here. I'm going to use my king over here and get him to shoot this way. With the help of some wizards, he's going to clear all this stuff that's in front and be able to get out over to the side and start clearing that. I'm going to use my siege barracks down over here. Now, normally what I would do is I would drop my siege barracks and hold on to my royal champ, not drop my royal champ until those siege barracks piggies come out. In this case, because my king did manage to get all the way over here without dying, I knew that I had some extra, you know, pop coming from the piggies. So I knew my wizards would stay around longer. So I put my royal champ going in this way. Now, what did I do with my main troops? I dropped a jump spell over here, and I dropped another jump spell over here. This jump spell over here is this one. The second one is the important one because that's going to get the queen to meet up with the witches and those big boys and start plowing through the rest of this base. Like I said before, the king and the siege barracks actually cleared everything over here and lived all the way to the end. The royal champ did go up with everybody. Let's just watch the attack. Let's get rid of these squigglies and watch the attack in action. As the attack is going, I'll try to zoom in and zoom out, and if I see something, we'll talk about it as it's going, and or maybe we might have to pause it while we're watching the attack. So where is it? Where is that queen? Where is La Reina? Where is she? Where is she? Okay, here she comes. There's the queen. Queen is down. Waiting for this archer tower to lock onto my queen. Once that archer tower locks onto my queen, then I drop the E-drag. The E-drag is now making sure that the queen moves the other way. I have now a test wall breaker, exposed a lot of little bombs over there. And there was even, I think, a couple more over there. So I don't know how I managed. I got very, very lucky over there, getting my wall breakers to go to the exact same spot. So now my king is plowing up ahead. He got out of the way of the single target. I use a freeze spell over there to reset the single. Single is now going to lock on to the big boys. The witches are moving through. The big boys are tanking. The queen is going down. She is focused on the big boys. The healers did switch over to the wizards. That is one thing that I'm finding, that initial switch from my queen onto those witches. That's the one thing that I have to find the good spot where that switch takes place. But now my troops are moving through. As you can see, the king is tanking those tanking those piggies. The witches and big boys up in front were taking the scatter shot. I have troops moving through this base. This is no problem whatsoever. Let's start double speeding it and get through this attack so we can move on to the next one. These super witches are a lot of fun. That, again, my biggest issue now that I'm seeing is finding that good spot where I can get the healer switch to switch over without it greatly affecting my queen. I may, if I'm starting to see, now that I'm seeing what the big issue is, I may start leaving one freeze for the switch over until those, and this way the defenses should reset and now start attacking the big boys. So let's move on to the next one and see if the next one was as good as this one. Okay, so for this attack, I did not have a blimp, and I probably should start carrying some blimps with me. So I had to get a little bit creative on this one. What did I do? Well, I mean, if you have a blimp, you're just gonna coincide your blimp with your warden ability to get in there and get directly to the town hall. So I had to make we'll talk about it. So how did I get this? I started off with my queen over here. E-drag is going to go down over here as soon as this locks on. I use my king. My king for the secondary funnel goes this way with the siege barracks. I'm going to make a hole over here and do a jump spell over here and a jump spell back here. Now on these bases, the reason for the jump spell, you space out the jump spells to give your troops possible access to go back and forth. Especially in this space over here where there was just one thing, I wanted them to make sure that they had access to it, but then be able to get out to something else. And over there, because it was a very highly dense area, to be able to go back and forth and go wherever they needed to go. Warden ability, I coincided with the siege barracks piggies that came out. I knew at one point either the troops would go inside or the siege barracks piggies would get to the CC, maybe both. And that was pretty much it. Let's start up the attack and watch it and enjoy it together. Again, here was a situation where I'm watching in the replay. Let me zoom in. I'm watching in the replay where is the best place that I could have dropped my witches. Leave me a comment down below if you think that, if you could see on this attack, maybe give me an area on the board with a time left in the attack where I should have dropped the witches. I'm thinking of another thing what I could have done. Either I think I could have dropped them over there, right over here, when I was down to one last ice golem. Maybe I could have dropped, like right now, dropped it over there and let the big boys get in front to deal with the queen. The other thing that I'm thinking of is maybe when I have the king going over here, I could drop my witches over here to go in this way and everybody meets up together over there. That's the other thing that I'm thinking of doing. But meanwhile, right now, again, I'm just beginning to learn over here. I ended up using a baby dragon for a secondary funnel for the third funnel, but I used the baby dragon to go in there. The piggies did come out. Again, you can see I had the issue with the healers. The healers are switching back and forth. I had to use an ability. There's the siege barracks again. Try and hold the siege barracks for as long as possible. Now I have the king going through. use his ability and freeze the single. Single does go down. Now, watch what he called the Royal Champ is holding the Royal Champ back until those piggies come out. No, there's the Royal Champ. Oh, because I wanted to make sure that the piggies would come around this way. I wanted to cut them. That's what I was doing. I was cutting off the piggies so the piggies had nowhere to go now to go except for going down. That's why I brought the Royal Champ. So I set the Royal Champ in. The piggies now go in there, use the water, catch them in the water ability. They go directly to the town hall, and now the troops go through, and then I use my last jump spell over here to give full access to everything that's left on the board. And that's basically it. This is what I'm doing now with these super troops, with the super witches. I do have some other accounts that are up in Legends, and I am using some. I am using the super Valks, using a Falcon. I'm using what else am I doing? I'm doing Queen Walk Dragon with the super minions. Just having an absolute blast. So make sure you have, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the sub button. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like and leave me a comment down below where you think I could be using these witches better. If there's something that you see that I'm doing right or doing wrong, let me know, and we can all learn together. We can all improve together, and that's going to be it. Until the next video, have a super great